What if I told you the secret to stronger muscles, better bladder control, and improved sexual health was hiding in a part of your body you rarely think about? Today we are addressing a topic that impacts every single man out there, but rarely gets the attention it deserves: pelvic floor health. That's right, we're talking about those muscles you can't see, but definitely feel the effects of when they're weak. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover 10 game-changing pelvic floor exercises that could transform your strength and confidence. Stay till the end, because I'll reveal a bonus tip most people overlook, but it makes all the difference. Let's get started. Alright guys, let's kick things off with the cornerstone of pelvic floor training: Kegel Exercises. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is just for the ladies, listen up. These exercises are your secret weapon to a stronger pelvic floor, which translates to better bladder control and, yes, even enhanced erections. Think of your pelvic floor muscles like a muscular hammock supporting your bladder and other vital organs. Kegels are all about contracting and relaxing those muscles. And trust me, you'll feel the difference. Imagine tightening a sling that holds your bladder, bowel, and more. It's like giving these vital areas a power boost. We're talking about increased blood flow to the area, which not only helps with those unwanted leaks, but also boosts your performance in the bedroom. Now, finding those muscles is key. Imagine you're trying to stop your urine flow midstream. That's the engagement we're looking for. Once you've got it, contract those muscles for 3 to 5 seconds, then relax for the same count. Repeat this for 10 to 15 reps, aiming for 3 sets throughout the day. Remember, consistency is key here. Think of it as weightlifting, but for your pelvic floor, results build with consistency. Don't expect miracles overnight, but with consistent Kegel practice, you'll be amazed at the difference it makes in your overall pelvic health and performance. Let's move on to an exercise that not only strengthens your pelvic floor, but also targets your glutes and core: the bridge pose, or as we like to call it, the glute bridge. This is a compound movement, meaning it works multiple muscle groups simultaneously, maximizing your effort and results. This move is like a foundation builder, strengthening not just your pelvic floor, but also your glutes and core. Picture raising a drawbridge. It takes teamwork, and the pelvic floor plays its part. The beauty of the bridge pose lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. By engaging your glutes and pushing your hips upward, you're directly activating those pelvic floor muscles, strengthening them with each rep. This upward thrust also improves hip stability, which is crucial for preventing injuries and maintaining proper posture. To perform the bridge pose, lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Now imagine you're driving your heels through the floor as you squeeze your glutes and lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold that peak contraction for a solid 5 seconds, feeling those glutes and pelvic floor muscles working together. Tighten your pelvic floor at the top of the lift to supercharge the effect. Lower back down with control and repeat for 10 to 15 reps. Remember, quality over quantity is key here. Focus on that mind-muscle connection, really squeezing those glutes and pelvic floor muscles at the top of the movement. Avoid arching your lower back, and if you feel any pain, adjust your form accordingly. We're hitting the gym, guys? No, not literally. But if you're serious about strengthening your pelvic floor, you can't skip squats. I know what you're thinking. Squats are for legs. And you're right, they build powerful legs. But they're also a powerhouse for your pelvic floor. The king of all exercises also gives your pelvic floor a workout. It's a win-win. Imagine sitting on an invisible throne of strength, keeping everything stable and aligned. Think about it. That downward movement, it's not just working your quads and glutes. It's activating your pelvic floor muscles to stabilize your entire core. You see, your body is a chain, and every link needs to be strong. A weak pelvic floor is like a weak link in that chain. And believe me, you don't want that chain to break. So, how do you squat for a stronger pelvic floor? Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, just like you're about to conquer the world. Now, lower your body as if you're sitting back into a chair. How deep can you go without losing form? Find your perfect squat depth. Remember, form is key. Keep those knees behind your toes and chest up. Push back up to standing and boom. You've just worked more than just your legs. Now here's the twist. Focus. As you hit the bottom of that squat, squeeze your pelvic floor muscles. That's right. Engage those muscles like you're holding back a tidal wave. This extra squeeze turns an already great exercise into a pelvic floor powerhouse. Remember, 15 to 20 reps and make each one count. Alright guys, we've been hitting those Kegels hard, strengthening those pelvic floor muscles. But just like any muscle group, your pelvic floor needs balance. That's where reverse Kegels come in. Now don't let the name fool you. We're not slacking off. We're strategically relaxing. Think of it like this. You wouldn't just train your biceps and ignore your triceps, right? That would lead to muscle imbalances and potential injuries. The same goes for your pelvic floor. You need both contraction and relaxation for optimal function. Think of it as stretching a rubber band. It balances the tension built from Kegels. That's what we're doing here, creating balance for a healthier, more responsive pelvic floor. This prevents muscle tightness, ensuring flexibility and control. So how do you master the reverse Kegel? It's all about control. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, imagine you're trying to push out urine or gas. It might feel a little weird at first, but trust me, it's all about isolating those pelvic floor muscles. Hold that feeling for 3 to 5 seconds, then release. Repeat that 10 to 15 times, and you're good to go. Remember, reverse Kegels are best performed after your regular Kegel exercises. It's all about restoring balance, right? And as always, listen to your body. Don't strain. Keep the movement gentle, and you'll reap the rewards of a balanced and strong pelvic floor. Let's face it, the name dead bug isn't exactly motivating. But trust me, this exercise is anything but dead weight when it comes to strengthening your pelvic floor. We're tapping into the power of your core, and when it comes to pelvic floor health, A strong core is your secret weapon. Think of your body as a sturdy table. This exercise ensures no leg wobbles. Now the dead bug might look simple, but don't let that fool you. It's all about control and precision. It's about training those deep core muscles, the ones that support your spine and stabilize your pelvis. And a stable pelvis, that's the foundation for a strong and responsive pelvic floor. So here's how you conquer the dead bug. Lie on your back with your arms extended towards the ceiling, like you're reaching for those gains. Bend your knees at a 90-degree angle, shins parallel to the floor. Now, here's the challenge. Lower your right arm and left leg simultaneously, keeping your core tight and engaged. Remember, we're not just flailing our limbs, we're moving with control. Here's the key. As you lower your limbs, engage your pelvic floor. Think of it like you're bracing for impact. This extra engagement takes this exercise to the next level, turning it into a powerhouse for both your core and your pelvic floor. Repeat on the other side, aiming for 10 to 15 reps per side. Can you keep your back flat throughout? That's the true test. Remember, quality over quantity, always. Alright guys, we're moving on to an exercise that might sound a little funny, but trust me, it's a powerhouse for your pelvic floor. We're talking about clamshells. This move targets deep pelvic floor muscles, hips, and gluteus medius. These muscles are crucial for stability. Weak gluteus medius can lead to knee, hip, and lower back pain. Strengthening these muscles with clamshells improves pelvic health and prevents injuries. Ever tried opening a stubborn jar lid? This is your hips and pelvic floor working together. To perform, lie on your side with knees bent and feet together. Lift your top knee up, keeping feet touching. Control the movement as you lower your knee back down. Keep your pelvis stable and core engaged. For an extra challenge, add a resistance band around your thighs. Next up, we've got an exercise that's all about stability and core strength. Picture a seesaw. Perfect balance is the goal. It's called the bird dog, and it's a fantastic way to challenge your balance while engaging those deep pelvic floor muscles. Think of it as a moving plank that forces you to stabilize your core and activate those often neglected pelvic floor muscles. Now, the bird dog might look simple, but it's incredibly effective when done correctly. It's all about finding that mind-muscle connection and really focusing on engaging your core and pelvic floor throughout the movement. Remember, it's not just about going through the motions. It's about activating the right muscles and building that stability from the inside out. To perform the bird dog, start on all fours with your hands directly beneath your shoulders and your knees hip-width apart. Now, here's where the challenge comes in. Simultaneously extend your right arm and your left leg, keeping them straight and parallel to the floor. Hold that position for a beat, feeling those muscles working, then slowly return to the starting position. Remember to keep your hips level throughout the entire movement. You don't want to be rocking back and forth or letting your back sag. How steady can you keep your hips? Stability equals strength. Focus on controlled, deliberate motions and really squeeze those glutes and your core at the top of the movement. Alright guys, get ready to feel the burn with this next exercise. Wall sits. This might sound easy, but it's a killer for your quads, glutes and pelvic floor. It's like holding the line in battle, your pelvic floor, glutes and quads working together. We're building endurance, strength and improving blood flow, all in one hold. Wall sits force those pelvic floor muscles to work overtime. They simulate everyday movements where you need posture and core control. To perform, stand with your back flat against a wall. Walk your feet out and slide down until your knees are at 90 degrees. It should feel like you're sitting in an imaginary chair. Consciously contract your pelvic floor muscles during the hold. Feel the burn. That's endurance training for your pelvic floor. Hold as long as you can, keeping your back flat against the wall. As you get stronger, increase hold time or add pulses. And remember, breathing is key. Keep those breaths slow and controlled throughout the exercise. Alright guys, let's keep this core work going with a move that looks deceptively easy, but packs a punch for your pelvic floor. It's called the Supine Leg March. Now don't let the name fool you. We're not talking about high knees here. This is a controlled movement that targets those deep, stabilizing muscles. Picture marching in sync to a rhythm. Every step strengthens your core and pelvis. Here's how you do it. Lie flat on your back with your knees bent and feet planted on the ground. From here, you're going to alternate lifting one leg up at a time, keeping that knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Think about bringing your knee towards your chest, but stop just before your lower back starts to lift off the ground. Lower one leg back down and repeat on the other side. It's like a slow, controlled march, all while keeping your core engaged. Now the key here is control. Don't just fling your legs around. You want to feel those lower abs and pelvic floor muscles working to keep your pelvis stable throughout the entire movement. Can you keep your pelvis still while marching? Remember, we're building strength and endurance here, not speed. Aim for 15 to 20 reps on each side, and remember, quality over quantity always. Focus on that mind-muscle connection and you'll be well on your way to a stronger, more stable core and pelvic floor. We're wrapping up this series with a classic exercise that's about to become your pelvic floor's new best friend, the plank. Now you might be thinking, planks? That's old news. But trust me, we're putting a twist on it to target those deep pelvic muscles and take your core strength to the next level. Get into a standard plank position, either on your forearms or with your hands directly beneath your shoulders. Make sure your body forms a straight line from head to heels and brace your core. Keep your form strong, hips neither too high nor too low. While holding that plank, consciously contract your pelvic floor muscles. Imagine you're trying to stop yourself from peeing. Hold it for a second or two and then release. Think of holding a tightrope. Staying steady requires focus and effort. This extra engagement forces your pelvic floor to work overtime. building serious strength and endurance. Start by holding the plank for 20 to 30 seconds, incorporating those pelvic floor contractions throughout. As you get stronger, you can gradually increase the hold time or try more challenging plank variations. Keep your core tight, those pelvic floor muscles firing, and you'll be amazed at the total body strength you can build with this one simple exercise. There you have it, guys. The top 10 pelvic floor exercises to unlock a whole new level of strength, control, and confidence. Your pelvic floor isn't just another muscle, it's the unsung hero of your strength, control, and confidence. Remember, a strong pelvic floor is crucial for everything from athletic performance to bladder control to even boosting your performance in the bedroom. Incorporating these exercises into your routine doesn't take a ton of time, but it can make a world of difference in the long run. Start by picking a few exercises that resonate with you and gradually increase the intensity and reps as you get stronger. And as always, focus on proper form over everything else. Bonus tip: consistency beats intensity. Train your pelvic floor regularly for lasting results. Train it smart, train it consistently, and you'll reap the rewards for years to come. Which exercise will you start with? Or have you discovered a new favorite? Let us know in the comments. Now go out there and unleash your strongest self. See you next time. Keep watching MedGroww and take care of yourself.